What's going on, everyone? Juicebags here, and welcome back to some Dungeon Defenders 2. I'm going to do a little mini onslaught push here over the next couple of days, try to get up into the floor 300 range, and I am on the Lost Temple, floor 294. Now, this video could be just absurdly long, so I am going to try to edit it down just a touch to make it so it's not completely miserable. But let's go ahead and get started here. Started off, we got EMP Stabbies with Soft Spot and Maximum Effort, and then an Omega Squad Delta lane right below with Enraged and Pain Aura. Now I'm thinking, as with this nice long straight lane here, maybe we can double dip with some ballistas. I do want to get a little crowd control in the mix as well. So let's go 2 weapon manufacturer nodes, and then we'll use some ballistas to not only take care of the lane, but they of course will shoot the flyers as well. Hopefully that is going to handle things. Now taking a look down here, we got Stabbies, Unstoppable and Vampiric, and then Psyfrost Vanguard Throwers. Now having that as a thrower lane, we know that we probably won't be getting any Frost Orcs out of there, and we do have just lots and lots of little Gobus and a couple of Cyborgs for the first wave. I'm sure there's going to be a lot more Cyborgs later on. However, shouldn't be any reason why we can't just wreck it up right out front. Let's get 2 nodes in, and then let's go with a Flame and an LSA to help with the flyers and to provide a little damage on the lane. Let's get another Flame Aura there for a little bit more flyer support. And then, you know, I think with the large number of goblins here, I might want to consider getting a little Gobu Boom action on this lane. Let's go with, can we get 2? Tell you what, we can put, see, we can put 1 right there, and then another right here. Now, interesting little trick with the Cyborgs this close is if you have 100% tenacity reflect beam, that's just going to reflect that Cyborg attack, so I don't have to worry about these auras getting borked up right there. Now let's go ahead and continue to move on along. Nothing else in this area. We do have, well, we've got a double flyer lane here. We got EMP Kimmies, and then we've got EMP Stabby Zappers as well. Let's go ahead and get a little bit of upfront damage on these. And let's go with, say, let's go with a Flame Aura right there. But then in addition to that, let's throw a weapon manufacturer node up here as well. Maybe, if I can manage to not fail jump it here. Let's see, where do we want it? I kind of like it right there. Yeah, we'll just throw it right there, and then Lava Zerker Womps down here. So let's go ahead and throw the other 2 nodes right there. Now we've got, what? We've got a bunch of little goblins. We've got some orcs. We got some warboars, and then 2 lady orcs and Pain Aura as well. So let's just go ahead and go with, let's just go with something like that. And then you know what? Just to ensure that those lady orcs aren't going to push through, why don't we throw a poison dart tower just right there in the back. And you know what? Let's just go ahead and throw another Lightning Strike Aura as well, because I do anticipate those Lady Orcs running right through all of that. And then something else for the flyers to help them. Let's just go with a Skyguard Tower. Now taking a look over here, we've got Mob Gallery, which Mob Gallery is always a bit entertaining. Lots of different mobs will come out of there, and we do have long shot on them, and they're phased. I'm thinking one of the best options right here could potentially be just crowd control and ballistas. Let's throw a poison dart tower up there as well. But then let's see if we can't fit 2 ballistas in the back. Now the downside with the ballistas, if you get too carried away with them and start really spamming them everywhere, they are going to eat up your DU. There's just no doubt about it. So we do have a lot of lanes packed in tight over there, so that'll make things a little bit easier in the DU. In fact, let's go ahead and just go with Just one more here, just to be safe. And you know what? Why don't we, just to really lay it on thick, let's go with a boost aura as well. Make sure that boost aura is hitting that weapon manufacturer node too. And then what do we have here? Omega Squad Alpha. Now with this lane, the first thing I always do is check to see if there's a core here. If there's not a core here, then there's a lot greater chance that the enemies are going to walk in the direction that they're supposed to be walking. So let's just go ahead and spawn camp them. We do have proximity in the mix here, which is going to make life a little bit easier over on this side. And then only 2 mobs that can't be slowed. So why don't we go ahead and throw that boost aura for that slow in here as well. Looking pretty good. Alright, now moving right along. As you see, they are just jam-packed in over here. First things first, though, we've got the EMP Dargans right here. EMPs are always fun. Let's go ahead and get a little bit of upfront damage going on them with a Flame RSA right about there. And then, you know what? I think I'm going to throw a dummy down for the EMP. However, I am a little concerned about it. But if we throw an obelisk right here, what's the health on that? It's got 2 million. I think with a couple of upgrades it might survive. I am going to want to switch my obelisk over to a totem here soon. Of course, I'm using a medallion on it, but that's something I will definitely work on in the very near future. And then what else? I think let's just throw a Skyguard up top there to clear out the rest of it. Now we got a double lane here, sparks and shields, throwers and healers, long shot, headstrong, and controlled burn. So that'll be fun. Now luckily, it looks like that thrower and healer lane might actually be able to be fooled pretty darn easily, which with going with a wall, believe it or not. Use the wall as a decoy here, and that will keep the throwers just thrown away. Now, of course, we will need to throw a reflect beam in front of that, and that should just keep those throwers parked. Now, let me look at the coverage here. Yeah, I like it. That should just keep the throwers just parked at it. Now, remember that the throwers always throw at the base. So you want to make sure that there's not that little gap underneath your reflect beam there where that thrower can reach in. Okay, now we've got a couple of issues to deal with, mainly the controlled burn and long shot. Now, with the headstrong enemies, I am going to use a weapon manufacturer here. However, the enemies that are in that weapon manufacturer lane are not going to get stunned. So I've got that there purely for the sparks and shields. I'm tempted. What do I want to do? Let's go with, let's set the sparks and shields up first. In fact, let's, do we want to boost it? Let me see, I'll worry about boosting it later. Now we've got the controlled burn, so a poison dart tower is always kind of a good choice. And then we've got the drench on the weapon manufacturers as well. But let's get some poison action going here. I'm going to throw one here and then another one kind of right behind the wall tucked in. I'm going to have a few darts hit this edge right here, but nothing I'm overly concerned with. And then that's going to help out with that long shot as well. And then what else do we want to do? I'm just so tempted always to come back down here when it's a long shot lane like that. Let's see, we've got 48 goblins on that lane. That's actually more than half of all of the mobs are going to be goblins. That kind of makes me want to go with some of those Go-Boom Fishers. You know what? Let's do this. Let's throw a Go-Boom Fisher in right up front. And then this Fisher actually has tenacity on it, but everything else behind it doesn't. So I'm going to throw a reflect beam right here, to reflect those cyborg attacks. And then maybe for just a little bit of stopping power, let's go with some more ballistas here. And where can we put them, really? Now the problem here is anything that makes it to that wall is going to cleave into that ballista. There's no doubt there. Let's see, what does that leave me? That leaves me 240 for this double lane at the bottom. So I think we will call it good there. And that's actually pretty decent. I will watch this side of the map though for sure. So let's see, over here we've got Omega Squad Gamma, we got Proximity, and then Side-Guard Throwers with Spellbreaker and Controlled Burn. Now, although I just love using the ballistas for these Controlled Burn lanes, you know what, I can't resist, I gotta put one. Let me just get one ballista up, or not for the Controlled Burn, but for the Spellbreaker lanes. And then, why don't we get some CC and Drench in there? That works out with that proximity. Now we do have 12 cyborgs here, so I think that might be telling me to just do my thing right there. And then what else do we want? I want that proximity to be dominant. I've got 120 DU left. You know what? I'm going to try something fun. And we do have proximity and we have Spellbreaker. So let's go with some traps. A whole bunch of them, in fact. Let's see. We can get one up front. Defense limit reach. Oh, wow. That was all I had because of the reflect beam. That makes me wonder. Do I want to go just one reflect beam node, maybe? Decisions. Let me see. Let's move that front node a little bit closer. And then that will allow me just to do that. And that should handle the cyborgs. That's only leaving me one trap. That is just not enough. I would be better off just going with a flamer or whatever down here. Let me see if I can't free up a little bit more DU from somewhere else. I do have that ballista in the back, but that's just not enough for that kind of lane. Now this lane I really do have decked out. I guess we could go with 2 nodes instead of 3 there, maybe? Definitely a tough call. You know what? I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to get rid of this. Because I've got the obelisk for the dive bomb. I've got the ballistas that will also help with those flyers to an extent. And then let's go 2 nodes on this weapon manufacturer instead of 3. So let's go like that. That frees up 60 DU. And 3 traps is certainly going to be better than just the 1. Let's get 1 right up front. And then we'll spread 2 of them out a little bit. And drop. Let's drop that flamer in just right back where it was. And I think that will work. Let's check it out and see how it holds. Of course, wave 1 is always a little bit experimental. We'll have to see how it goes here. Keeping an eye on the mini-map. Everything's looking good so far. So we're doing pretty good down here too. Let's just keep the pain going here on this lane. Alright, the obelisk is down already. Wow. That is a little bit rough. I'm going to have to keep an eye out for any more dive bombers coming through. Looks like we got one more wyvern. I'm not really sure if we're going to have any more dive bombers at all. Look at that, 23 million health flyers. 27 mil on that one. Woof. That's just too much health. You guys are too healthy. I'm going to have to get that obelisk back. But I'm going to have to wait. See, it looks like everything is dying off appropriately down here. Man, I took a big old shot there from something. And we got a Lava Guardian coming out now. 45 mobs left, though. And dropping fast, so I think we will be good. There's just a lot of activity going in that middle lane over to the side. It looks like the Lava Guardian might actually be a little stuck. Is that 2 Lava Guardians? Yeah, let me just leave those, and I'll come over here and check out what's jamming things up in here. And we got another derpy mob right there on the corner that's jamming all this area up. But nothing we can't burn down real quick. Alright, and I think that one will die off. Let's see if I've got any worthy totem candidates sitting around. That one's actually pretty decent. You know what? It's going to kill the damage that this obelisk does. Let me see if I've got a vampiric sitting here. I do. Let's get an obelisk back. 5 million health? Yeah, it's a little better. And let's get an upgrade on it. So that takes it to 6.5 mil. There's just 1 dive bomber, so I'm thinking that will probably take care of business there. Now, I do want to get an upgrade. Let me throw 2 upgrades on that, and then let's see what we got for a new lane here. You know what? Let me throw some upgrades here, too. Just because, why the heck not? There we go. Let's see, 736 mobs coming, and it looks like we've got Omega Squad Beta right here, and it looks like they're going to be Splody, yep, Detonator, and Wall Leech. We got 8 Cyborgs coming in this pack. Actually, doesn't look that bad, to be honest with you. Let's just go... Let's see, 30 of the 40 mobs are goblins. See, I've got 80 DU left. Let me see. What does 2 give me? That gives me 110 left. Let's move it back just a little. See, 110 is not a whole heck of a lot. But there's also only 40 mobs. I'm going to throw a snake there. That gives me 80. Let's go with a ballista as well. And that harpoon will leave me with 20. And then we can just throw a lightning strike aura here. Can we throw it in where we can get a buff on everything? That ends up being kind of last resort, but I believe it's going to buff this snake. Yeah, there we go. So we're in good shape there. And let's get that snake upgraded. And then, you know, I don't want to ignore this lane. So let's just throw some upgrades around. Or I guess I should say I do want to ignore this lane. So throwing some upgrades around should make it so I don't have to pay a whole lot of attention over here. And then some ups on this stuff should be good. Pretty tempted to hit that flame aura once as well. You know what? Let's hit it twice. That is a double flyer lane. I like it. And we've got an Orcish Horde being added into the mix. Bullet Sponge and Wall Leech. 4 Cyborgs coming out now. So let's protect that Flame Aura and Lightning Strike Aura with a Reflect Beam. And that leaves me 170, which... Let's see, what do we want to do? Let's go... Let's get the poons rolling. Let's go with, we'll go double poons. And then that should leave 50, right? Yeah, 50 more. Can go something like that. It only leaves me 20. Putting the LSA right in front would be a bad move. I'll tell you what I can do, though, is split this lane a little. So let's put one there and one there, and that should get it. Let's get lots of upgrades on these LSAs in preparation. The map's gone really smooth so far. No complaints at all. And let's upgrade all of this stuff one more time. You know what? Let's get these poons really dishing out the pain. Another upgrade on the Skyguard, and it should be a good game. Now, what do we have for bosses now? Looks like we got a Thork coming out down there, and then a Yeti right here. So let's definitely hang out in Yetiville and make sure that we are able to address that Yeti issue when he pops his big old biscuit out. Come on out, Mr. Yeti. See what you got. Here come the assassins. Assassins are down. Still 500 mobs left. No shortage of bads, that's for darn sure. Here comes the Yeti. Now, do I want to nuke him, or how do I want to handle this? Yeah, let's just bust the nuke out. And I've got a feeling Thork is probably stuck. Let's see. No, he's coming out. Thork ain't scared. And then, perfect spot for the Sins again. Man, that obelisk is just taking a pounding. It's just amazing. I might have to go with like a fortification shard or something on it. Something to jack the health up a little bit more to continue using it. I think the further up in Onslaught you push, the more viability becomes an issue with using kind of a target dummy on Kobold Flyers. I mean, you all saw how much health it had. It just got chewed up. What doesn't matter now? All we got left is the Omega Waves, so no flyers there, of course. I got a nice pack of them down anyway. Yeah, we're just about there. Alright, smooth sailing so far. So first things first, of course, let's get rid of all of the anti-air. I'm tempted to leave that there. You know what, I'm going to leave it. Because it's still going to smite everything. So I should be good there. Now this is where anyone that's having a challenge with the Omega Waves, a big reason why you may be having the challenge is just patience. I mean, we've basically just went wave to wave to wave through the whole thing, and now we're at a position where we need to kind of take a step back and get everything dialed in here. So let's go ahead and see. Well, let me just get this lane squared away first. Looks like we got Nash and we got Quibs. So I actually like... That's okay with Nash. I don't need that. I do need that weapon manufacturer back. So let's get that back. And then I feel like maybe something... something like that could be a good idea. It seems awfully close to the towers. And then let's see, let's Nash anyway is going to be taking massive damage from my lightning strikes, so let's throw a couple of upgrades on those. Let's get that one upgraded. Actually, I think we'll be good here. Let's see what we got here. We've got Thork coming out here. To be honest with you, I think the snake will burn Thork just without any problems. Let's just go ahead and throw an upgrade on it. Only 3 Thorks coming out. The snake is you know, 2.5 million damage every half a second. That's 5 million DPS non-crit. Yeah, I think just the snake will burn Thork up. And what do we have here? We have ogres coming here. Now here, I just feel like the best thing would be to lightning strike the crap out of it. Because I have my lightning strikes set up with anti-melee and anti-mini-boss, and with an ogre situation like this, it just makes them super, super strong. Let's throw some ups in now. I like it. Alright, what's coming down here? We got a triple ogre lane down here as well. We don't need the air in there anymore. Let's get rid of that and get rid of this. And to be honest with you, these fissures are not going to be doing me a ton of good. So let's get rid of both of those, as we don't have any frost mobs now. We don't need the reflect beam anymore. And I think that is going to turn it into just lightning strike central. Let's definitely get the lightning strikes just laced up all the way down the lane here. I like it. And then, let me see, do I still have, let's get a snake in down here too. Just because. Let's throw a snake right, let's just say right there. I'm going to get it all the way up to tier 5 as well. Now this side of the map, I believe, is handled. Let me see that double lane again. Or yeah, we got that one. See, what do we have in the middle? Mob Gallery, of course, has got the full array of baddies. See, and we're going to have a hex thrower here. You know what? It just seems like throwing the dummy in is just a good idea here. So let's just get our dummy walls in. I'm just going to throw a random wall, like, right there. And then throw a reflect beam in front of it. Now that should all, you know, that'll take care of the hex thrower boss 100%. Now it's going to throw, let's go down a little bit further with the reflect. As of course it's going to throw at the base, so it's either going to hit the top of the stair or it's going to get reflected. So we should be good there. Man, we've got a lot of damage in here, so I'm just going to leave it alone. Now what about this lane though? We're all set up for the Thork. I just feel like we could get a little bit more power here. And I'm tempted to do the same thing and put a wall in here too. You know what? Let's just do it. Let me see. Where do I want it? Can't get it in back here. Let's just put a wall right there. Another reflect, since we've got hex thrower action here. Actually, I'm out of juice. Maybe this is actually the area I want to fight. You know what? I got a ton of mana left. So, we do have a PDT up there. You know what? I'm just going to throw a snake in as well and call it good. Let's get a snake in just right down here. Get that snake up to tier 5. And I think we're going to be in good shape now. See, we got shieldies there. Get rid of those 2 fissures in exchange for what, 3 lightning strikes. No core over there. Let's put it back here. And we'll get some upgrades on these. And I think that is going to be in good shape. And everything else should be handled, right? Did I check this lane? Oh wow, I didn't check this lane at all. Or did I? Well, that's going to be a problem for my weapon manufacturer. With the Bastille Masters. And then we've got Yetis here too. This could be a little challenging. And then we got that Spellbreaker lane. I bet those Cannon Ogres get stuck. Let's see how it goes here. Now, I do feel like I should be fighting over here now, even though I hate to leave that Mob Gallery lane unattended like that. I do really feel like this is the place I should be fighting, is right down here. Now we don't need this reflect beam anymore. You know what? It'll give me a little peace of mind on this lane if I throw the reflect beam here. Or I want that wall up front, huh? Decisions, jeez. Part of me wants to go with a wall and a reflect beam for this Yeti. You know what? Let's just... First impression. Hammer him with the lightning strikes and call it good. Alright, and I am going to fight over here. I'll keep an eye on that middle lane over there. But I'm hoping we're going to do alright here. We got the Bastille Masters. See, the first Bastille Master and Yeti is down. Here comes Yeti number 2 and Bastille Master number 2. Yeti's stuck. Looks like that water lane could be getting pushed just a tiny bit. And then it appears we actually have a bunch of stuck mobs down below. Yep. And we got a Shieldy Goblin on here. So he came up from the lower lane. Old Gorbstock. Let's go ahead and retry. And hopefully the lanes didn't change up too much. Now let's see, where did Gorbstock come from? He had to have come from this lower lane, right? Or no, that's Cannon Ogres. Gorbstock walked from that lane all the way over here? Or no, he did come from the lower lane. Alright, there he is. Alright, let's just work on it here. Let's see, how are we holding up down here? Skarnash is about to pop on me. Okay, Gorbstock. One Gorbstock is down. 2 more to go. There's 2 down. Cannon Ogre is actually making it out. Oh, wow. I did not expect that. And then a Bastille Master as well. I am in deep doo-doo now. Let's see, are they pushing up out of there? Yep, that Gorbstock is making the push. I'm not going to make it there in time. Cannon Ogre. Gorbstock is getting so close. Woof. Man. And then I lost my weapon manufacturers, but luckily the Bastille Master decided everything else was all good. So let me just wait until... Alright, the shield is off. Oh, shield is back. And Beacon of the Storm one-shot me. I'm just going to have to be patient with the Bastille Master here. It looked like Bastille Master died. Yeah, nothing left but stuck Cannon Ogres. So they should be easy enough. I'll take some nice protective cover behind this Reflect Beam. And call it good until these guys are down. So, not too bad. 1 replay from Wave in there. Could be worse. I am overall pleased with the results. It didn't take me near as long as I expected it to. I was expecting it to take me an hour plus to grind that map out. Now, of course, it might take me an hour just to kill these Cannon Ogres. We'll find out here. Now, there's 1 down. So we are just about there. I think this will get him having that buff. Good gosh, dude is healthy. That's a lot of damage going on. 78 mil left. Oh, the second I try to go for it. Look at that. I wasn't a meter outside of that reflect beam. Oh my gosh. Let me just stay safe and get it done here. Alright, there we go. So that was floor 294, the Lost Temple. Not the prettiest run out there, but it got the job done. So thank you all so much for watching. Make sure to click that like button. Please subscribe to the channel. Going to be doing a little bit of Onslaught on live stream, I think, later today. Like I said, I am kind of just had the urge to get up over floor 300, and I'm so close to it now. I feel like it's just a shame not to. So definitely going to make the push to floor 300 in the upcoming day or two. But that will do it for now. Thank you all so much once again, and I will see you next time around. Take it easy.